My fingers are slipping. The rough concrete edge of the roof is grinding into my knuckles, and my own choked gasp is the loudest sound in the world up here, 11 stories above the wet downtown pavement. I can't hold on. My arms are screaming, my shoulders are on fire, and all I can see are the tiny, streaking headlights below, getting closer and closer as my grip fails. I'm not supposed to be here. My name is Veronica Taylor. I'm a graphic designer. I was supposed to be at the gallery opening for my boyfriend, Leo. I was wearing a stupidly expensive black dress and heels that are probably at the bottom of an elevator shaft right now. I came up to the rooftop of his building because he texted me, "Meet me upstairs, urgent, don't tell anyone." That should have been my first clue. My second clue was the empty, wind-whipped rooftop, the door slamming shut behind me, and then Leo stepping out from behind the HVAC unit, his face not looking like Leo's face at all. It was cold. Flat. Before I could say a word, he was on me, his hands shoving me backward toward the low wall. I fought. God, I fought. My heel connected with his shin, I scratched his neck, I screamed. But he was stronger. So much stronger. He lifted me, and over the wall I went. I just managed to hook my fingers on the ledge as I fell. And now I'm here dangling and he's up there watching me die. The scuff of a shoe on gravel above me. I look up, my neck straining. Leo's face appears over the edge, silhouetted against the hazy city sky. He's just looking, not helping, just watching. "Leo," I scream, the word tearing my throat. "Pull me up, please." He doesn't reach down, he just tilts his head. "I'm sorry, Ronnie," he says, and his voice is so normal, so conversational, it's more terrifying than any scream. "It's just business, you understand." Business? My mind is a whirlpool of panic. What business? The gallery? His paintings? The debt he said his investor covered? My thoughts are shattered by a fresh wave of terror as my right hand slips, and I'm hanging by 4 fingers on my left. A sob bursts out of me. I'm going to die. He's going to watch me die, and he called it business. Then he says it, the words that freeze the blood in my veins even as my muscles burn. "The life insurance policy will set me up for years. Clean break. Fresh start. She'll understand." She, not me, she. In that instant, the betrayal isn't just the shove, the hands that threw me over. It's the last 6 months of my life rewinding and playing back in a sick, new light. The investor who was so keen to fund Leo's new series. The long, private meetings he said were about contracts. The perfume on his jacket he blamed on a spilled drink at a crowded bar. She. There's a she, and I'm the obstacle, I'm the problem to be solved, with a 6-figure payout. My left hand is going numb. The rough concrete is stripping my skin. I can't feel my fingertips anymore. Leo stands up, brushing his hands off on his pants. He's leaving. He's going to walk away and let gravity finish his business deal. A final, desperate surge of anger cuts through the fear. No. No, you don't get to walk away. With the last dregs of strength in my body, I swing my right arm up, not for the ledge, but for his ankle. My hand slaps against his tailored pant leg. I don't get a grip, but I surprise him. He stumbles back a step with a sharp curse, not off balance, but startled. And in that moment of his distraction, I see it. Just below the roof's edge, about a foot down and to my left, a metal maintenance ladder runs vertically down the side of the building. It's narrow, it's rusted, but it's there. I never saw it from up top. He must not have known it was there either. It's now or never. It's now or I'm a red stain on the sidewalk for Leo and his she. I let go. For a heart-stopping second, I'm in free fall, the wind rushing past my ears. Then my outstretched left hand slams into a cold, vertical rung. My body wrenches against my shoulder socket with a pop of agony, but my fingers close around the metal. My right hand flails, finds another rung. My feet scramble, finding purchase. I'm on the ladder, clinging to the side of the building, shaking so hard the metal is vibrating. Above me, Leo's face reappears, his eyes wide with shock. He sees me, alive, clinging to the ladder. His plan, his clean business deal, it's fallen apart. His expression shifts from surprise to something dark and urgent. He drops to his knees and reaches over the edge, not to help me, but to try and pry my fingers from the rung. "Ronnie, just let go," he hisses, his voice low and frantic. "It'll be quick, I promise." I look up into the face of the man I shared a bed with, the man I loved, and I see a stranger, a murderer, and I know with a clarity that cuts through the pain that if I get off this ladder, he will kill me. He has to. I've seen him now. I know everything. He can't reach me. He's straining, but my grip is the only thing I have left, and I'm holding on with the fury of a woman who has just seen the last year of her life revealed as a lie. I start to climb down, my dress tearing, my bare feet slick on the cold metal. One rung, then another. "Veronica, stop," he commands like he used to when I'd playfully disagree with him. But this isn't a game. This is my life. I don't stop. I keep moving down away from him toward the distant, humming street. I have no idea what's waiting for me down there. I have no phone, no shoes, no one to call, but I have the truth. And I have the image of his face watching me fall, branded behind my eyes. I hear him get up and run, his footsteps fading toward the roof door. He's not going to chase me down the ladder. He's going to try and head me off. He's going to try and finish this on the ground. I have to move faster. My bare feet hit the cold, wet asphalt of the alley, and the shock shoots right up my spine. I'm down, I'm alive. For about 3 seconds, I just stand there, clinging to the ladder behind me, my lungs heaving, my whole body trembling with adrenaline and cold. The ladder. I made it down the ladder. Then my brain kicks back in. He's coming. I push off from the rusted metal and start running. The alley is dark, slick with rain and garbage. My torn dress snags on something, and I hear the fabric rip further. I don't care. I just run. Every shadow feels like him. Every dumpster looks like a hiding place he could step out from. I need to get to the street. I need people. Lights. Witnesses. I burst out of the alley onto the main downtown sidewalk. It's not crowded, but there are people. A couple sharing an umbrella, a guy on a bike. Normal people living a normal, dry, safe night. I must look insane. Barefoot, dress shredded, wild-eyed, shivering. I try to slow my breathing to walk, but it comes out as a panicked stumble. I need a phone. I need the police. I see a coffee shop ahead, its windows glowing warm and yellow. Sanctuary. I head for it, my feet slapping against the wet concrete. I'm 10 feet from the door when a black town car pulls smoothly to the curb right in front of me. The passenger window glides down. Veronica. It's a woman's voice. Calm, familiar. My blood turns to ice. I stop dead. Slowly, I turn my head. Anya is in the passenger seat. Anya, Leo's investor. The woman from the perfume and the private meetings. She's perfectly put together, her blonde hair sleek, her coat expensive. She looks at me not with surprise, but with a cold, assessing pity. Get in the car, she says, her voice low, but carrying perfectly over the sound of the rain. My mouth is dry. No. Veronica, get in the car, we need to talk. Leo's worried sick. Leo's worried sick. The absurdity of it almost makes me laugh, a hysterical bubble rising in my throat. He just tried to murder me. He watched me dangle from a building. You knew, I whisper, it's not a question. Anya's expression doesn't change. Get in now before you make a scene. She says it so reasonably, like she's offering me a ride home from a party, but her eyes are flat. Dead, this isn't a rescue. This is containment. I take a step back. I'm not getting in that car. Anya sighs, a faint, annoyed sound. Then she nods just once to the driver. The driver's door opens. A big man in a dark suit gets out. He doesn't say a word. He just starts walking toward me, his pace deliberate, his hands loose at his sides. Run, run, I spin on my bare heels and bolt back toward the alley. I hear the man break into a run behind me, his footsteps heavy and fast. I'm faster than I should be, fueled by pure terror. I dive back into the darkness of the alley, my mind racing. I know this area. Leo's gallery is just a block over. There's a back entrance to the building, a loading dock. If I can get there, maybe I can get inside, find a security guard, anyone. I skid around a corner, my feet slipping on something slimy. I catch myself on a brick wall, my palms scraping raw. I glance back. The big man is rounding the corner, not even winded. He's gaining. Up ahead, I see the loading dock. The metal shutter is down, but there's a regular door next to it. A single, dim bulb shines above it. A hope. I sprint for it, my breath coming in ragged gasps. I reach the door and yank on the handle. Locked, I pound on it with my fist. Help, please help me. No answer. Of course there's no answer, it's late. The building is mostly offices and galleries, all closed. I turn, my back against the cold metal door. The big man is there, blocking the way back to the alley mouth. He stops a few feet away, just looking at me. He's not even breathing hard. Come on, miss, he says, his voice a low rumble. Don't make this difficult. What does she want? I demand, my voice shaking. What does Anya want? To talk, he says, taking a slow step forward. Just to talk. This isn't about talking. This is about cleaning up Leo's mess. I'm a loose end, a failed business deal that needs to be finalized. I look around desperately. There's a fire escape ladder a few feet to my left, but it's retracted 10 feet off the ground. Useless. A stack of wooden pallets. A dumpster, the dumpster. As he takes another step, I scramble, my fingers finding the cold, wet edge of the dumpster. I pull myself up, my muscles screaming in protest. I half fall, half jump into the mound of reeking garbage inside. It's dark, it's disgusting, but it's cover. I crouch down, my heart hammering against my ribs. I can hear his footsteps stop. He's right outside. Really? He says, sounding almost bored. I hold my breath, pressing myself into the corner, behind a bag of something soft and foul. The rain patters on the metal lid above me. I hear him move, his shoes scraping on the asphalt. He's circling. Then the lid of the dumpster creaks. Light from the bulb outside floods in. He's peering over the edge. His eyes find me instantly. There's no sympathy in them, no anger, just a job. He reaches a large hand in to grab me. I do the only thing I can think of. My hand closes around the first solid thing it finds, a broken bottle, sticky with old soda. As his hand closes around my wrist, I slash out blindly with the jagged glass. He snatches his hand back with a sharp curse. I see a dark line of blood across his knuckles. "You little," he starts, but then his head whips around. A new sound, sirens, distant but getting closer. His eyes snap back to me, calculating. The sirens are a complication. He can't drag a screaming woman out of a dumpster with cops on the way. He slams the dumpster lid shut, plunging me back into total, smothering darkness and the overwhelming stench of rot. I hear his footsteps running now, fading away. I stay curled in the garbage, shaking, listening. The sirens grow louder, then they pass by, fading again. They weren't for me. They were never for me. After what feels like an hour, I push the lid open a crack. The alley is empty. The rain has slowed to a drizzle. I climb out, my body aching, my dress ruined, covered in filth. I'm completely alone. I need to get off the street. I need to think. Leo knows I'm alive. Anya knows I'm alive. They have resources, a car. That man, I have nothing. No phone, no money, no shoes. I can't go to my apartment, they'll expect that. I can't go to friends, I'd be putting them in danger. Then I remember the gallery, Leo's gallery. It has an alarm system, but I know the code. He gave it to me months ago so I could let in a delivery. He probably forgot he ever gave it to me. It's the last place he'd think I'd go, and more importantly, his office there. His computer, his files, proof. It's a desperate, stupid plan, but it's the only one I have. Keeping to the shadows, I make my way to the back of the gallery building. I know the code for the staff entrance. My fingers are numb, but I punch in the numbers. A green light, a soft click. The door opens. The inside is dark and silent, smelling of paint, sawdust, and expensive wine from the opening that now feels like a lifetime ago. I move through the empty main gallery, the ghostly white shapes of his sculptures looming in the dark like silent witnesses. I head straight for his private office in the back. The door is unlocked. I slip inside and close it softly behind me. I don't turn on the main light. The light from the street lamp outside is enough. I go straight to his desk. His laptop is there, closed. I open it. The screen lights up asking for a password. Of course, I try a few obvious ones: his birthday, the gallery name, our anniversary. Nothing, I'm locked out. Frustration wells up hot and sharp. I came here for nothing. I'm hiding in a lion's den with nothing to show for it. My eyes scan the desk. Neat, too neat. Leo was always messy. This feels staged. Then I see it. Tucked under the corner of the blotter, almost invisible, is a small, folded piece of paper. I pull it out. It's a printed email from Anya's business address. The subject line, final transfer and closure. My eyes skim the text, my heart freezing in my chest. Leo, confirmation that the second wire has been sent, the premium has been paid. Once the policy pays out, our joint venture is fully funded. Remember, the terms are absolute, no loose ends. The accident must be unquestionable. I've attached the updated timeline. Do not deviate. Attached. There's an attachment. I look at the laptop, useless without the password. But the paper, there's a scribble in the margin in Leo's handwriting. A string of numbers and letters. It looks like a password. With trembling hands, I type it into the laptop. The screen unlocks. My stomach drops. I open the email attachment. It's a spreadsheet. Columns for dates, actions, payments. My name is there. Veronica Taylor. Next to it, policy hash 44,982. Beneficiary, Leonardo Voss. Payout amount, $2 million. Status, pending, awaiting certified death certificate. But below my name there are others. 3 other names, 2 women and 1 man, all with policy numbers, all with Leo listed as the beneficiary or co-beneficiary. Statuses, paid, paid, paid. He's done this before. I'm not the first. I'm just the latest. The office door swings open. Light from the main gallery spills in, framing Leo in the doorway. He's changed his clothes. He looks calm, collected. He holds a small, sleek pistol casually at his side. I had a feeling you'd come here, he says, his voice soft, almost sad. You were always so predictable, Ronnie. He steps inside and closes the door behind him, clicking the lock. The sound is final, inescapable. We really do need to finish our conversation, he says, raising the gun. It's pointed right at my chest. No more running, no more ladders, just business. The gun is a small, dark eye staring at me from across the desk. My own reflection is a pale smear in the laptop screen. Leo's finger is on the trigger. The email with my name and a $2 million price tag is still open between us. Business, I repeat, the word tasting like ash. That's what you called it on the roof, business. He nods slowly, the gun never wavering. It is, it has to be, you saw the spreadsheet. You understand now. It's a system, an investment strategy. An investment strategy. My blood feels like ice water moving through my veins. The other names on that list, they were investments, and they paid out. How many? I whisper. Enough to make this gallery, he says, his gaze flicking around the room at his sculptures, his dreams. Enough to build a real future with Anya. She saw the potential. She funded the first policy. The rest, they were just steps. You were supposed to be the final step. The big payoff that let us walk away clean. I look at him, at this man I loved, who made me coffee in the mornings and laughed at my stupid jokes. He's gone. In his place is this hollow thing holding a gun. The grief is so sudden and so vast it almost knocks me over. I'm not just mourning him, I'm mourning the person I was when I was with him. The fool. You were going to throw me off a roof, I say, my voice surprisingly steady. It would have been quick, he says, and he actually sounds like he's trying to comfort me. An accident. A tragic loss, and then I could grieve, I could move on with the resources to really live. He takes a step closer around the side of the desk. The gun is now only an arm's length from my face. I can see the fine machining on the barrel. But you had to climb back up, he sighs. You had to be difficult, you had to come here. Now it can't look like an accident anymore. It'll have to look like a burglary or a jealous rage, something messy. My mind is screaming, a white noise of pure terror. But underneath it, a cold, sharp clarity is forming. He's talking, he's explaining. He wants me to understand. He needs me to see the logic of my own murder. That's his weakness, his arrogance. I let my body slump, let a tear finally trace a clean line through the grime on my cheek. I look broken, defeated. You loved me, I say, my voice cracking perfectly. Once. Was any of it real? He hesitates. The gun dips just a fraction of an inch. Some of it, he says, and for a second the old Leo flickers in his eyes, a memory of a real feeling. At the beginning, before I understood how the world really works. It's the opening I need. My hand is still resting on the desk, near the laptop. With a sudden, violent jerk, I shove the screen forward. It slams into his wrist. The gun goes off. The sound is deafening in the small office. A bullet punches into the ceiling, raining down plaster dust. Leo shouts in surprise and pain, the gun now pointing wildly at the floor. I don't think, I move. I grab the only thing within reach, a heavy, polished granite sculpture he was so proud of, an award winner. I swing it with both hands. It connects with the side of his head with a dull, terrible thud. He goes down hard, collapsing onto the plush rug. The gun skitters away under a cabinet. I stand over him, the sculpture still raised, my arms shaking. He's not moving. A trickle of blood seeps from his temple into his perfect hair. Is he dead? I don't know, I don't care. The gun, I need the gun. I drop the sculpture and drop to my knees, scrambling for the weapon. My fingers close around the cold metal just as a groan escapes his lips. He's alive. He's stirring. I back away, pointing the gun at him with both hands. I've never held one before. It's heavier than I thought. Leo's eyes flutter open. They focus on me, on the gun in my hands. Confusion, then a dawning, terrible understanding. Don't, he slurs, trying to push himself up on one elbow. Stay down, I say, and my voice is a stranger's. Low, flat, final. He freezes. He sees it in my eyes. I am done. I am past fear, past pleading. I am just a woman with a gun and nothing left to lose. The police, he starts, are going to see everything, I finish. I keep the gun trained on him as I sidestep to the laptop. My free hand, I eject the flash drive that's always plugged into the side. I slip it into the pocket of my ruined dress. Then I pick up the desk phone with the same hand. I don't dial 911, I dial a number I know by heart. My best friend, Maya, she picks up on the second ring. Ronnie, oh my God, where are you? Leo called. He said you ran off from the opening and… Maya, I interrupt, my eyes locked on Leo. I'm at the gallery. Leo tried to kill me. He has a gun. I have it now. I need you to call the police. Tell them to come now. Tell them to bring detectives. Tell them it's about multiple life insurance fraud and murder. There's a stunned silence on the other end. Then I'm calling right now. Stay on the line. I can't. I hang up. Leo is staring at me, his face pale. You'll ruin everything, he whispers. You already did, I say. We stay like that for minutes that feel like hours. The only sound is our breathing. His ragged, mind steadying. The sirens start in the distance, a beautiful, screaming song growing closer and closer. When the front door of the gallery crashes open and the first uniformed officers shout their way in, I slowly, carefully place the gun on the desk and raise my hands high in the air. "My name is Veronica Taylor," I say, my voice clear and loud enough to carry. "The man on the floor is Leonardo Voss. He tried to murder me tonight. The evidence is on the laptop and on this flash drive. There are other victims. Please check." The next few hours are a blur of blue and red lights, of questions, of blankets wrapped around my shoulders. They take Leo away on a stretcher, handcuffed to the rail. They take my statement again and again. A detective with kind eyes listens as I explain the spreadsheet, the other names, the rooftop. They find Anya waiting in her town car a block away. They find the big man, his cut hand wrapped in a bandage. They find the policy, the emails, the transfer records. I sit in the back of an ambulance, a thermal blanket around me, as dawn begins to bleed into the sky. A female officer brings me a pair of sweatpants and a hoodie. "From my gym bag," she says with a small smile. "Better than that dress." I change right there, not caring. The filthy, torn dress is bagged as evidence. I never want to see it again. Maya finds me. She hugs me so tight I can't breathe, and she's crying, and I'm just empty, hollowed out, but safe. The detective comes back later. "We've got him," he says. "On attempted murder, for starters. The digital forensics team is already on the laptop. Those other names, will be reopening those cases. Miss Veronica, you did good, you're a survivor." I don't feel like a survivor, I feel like a ghost. I nod anyway. They drive me home, but I don't go inside my apartment. I can't. Leo has a key. He's been in my space. I go to Maya S. instead. She makes me tea and sits with me on her couch while the sun comes up fully. I don't sleep, I just stare at the wall. The fear is gone. The panic is gone. All that's left is a vast, quiet sadness. I think about the other names on that list. I wonder about their stories. I wonder if they saw it coming. I wonder if they felt that same cold betrayal in the final second. A week later, I'm giving another statement to the district attorney. Leo is being charged with my attempted murder and linked to 3 previous deaths. Anya is being charged as an accomplice. The news is calling it an insurance killing ring. They use my picture. I look tired. I don't go back to my old job. I don't go back to my old apartment. I sell what I can, pack what's left, and I get in my car. I don't know where I'm going, just away. Away from the city, from the memories in the pavement, from the skyline that holds that rooftop. On my last day in town, I drive past the gallery. There's a "closed by order of the court" sign on the door. I pull over and just sit for a minute. I think about the man who made beautiful, empty sculptures and saw people as financial instruments. I think about the woman who loved him. They both feel like characters from a book I read once, a book with a terrible ending. I start the car. I don't look back in the rearview mirror. The road ahead is just gray asphalt and possibility. It's enough. It's more than he ever wanted for me. I take a deep breath, my hands steady on the wheel, and I drive.